5,000 years ago, towards the end of Dwapara Yuga, Bhumi, the earth goddess, was overburdened by demons masquerading in their royal order. These blasphemous kings misused their God-given position and exploited the resources of the planet. Armed with weapons of greed and hate, they fractured the generous demigoddess in 3 different places. Mother Earth fled to the celestial tip of Mount Meru, seeking the shelter of Lord Brahma, the four-headed creator of the universe. Bhumi, by her mystic might, assumed the form of a cow, and with tears in her eyes prayed to the cosmic lord of the calamities caused by the demoniac kings. Lord Brahma took pity on the earth and called upon thousands of demigods like Shiva, the god of destruction, Vayu, the god of wind, and Agni, the god of fire. Brahma then led them to the glittering shore of the Milk Ocean, where Lord Vishnu resides. Brahma fixed his mind in meditation. With his senses, breath, and intelligence restrained, he focused his entire being on the Absolute Lord. While in that divine trance, Brahma heard the words of Lord Vishnu vibrating in the sky. Then, with eyes wide in delight, he conveyed the divine message to the demigods. The Lord is fully aware of the torment of the earth, and he will appear as Krishna in the Yadu dynasty. It is the Lord's order that the host of the demigods should also take birth in his family to assist in his mission. Lord Brahma instructed the demigods and pacified Mother Earth. Then he returned to his abode to prepare for the Lord's descent. A king in the Sura dynasty was married to Princess Devaki. The Swayamvar ceremony was performed by pure Brahmanas versed in holy scripture and familiar with the codes of Vedic tradition. Swaha, Swaha. After the wedding, the happy couple proceeded to the royal chariot to ride back to their marital home. At that time, Kamsa, the brother of Devaki, personally took the reins of the wedding chariot to please his sister. The bridal procession was about to start. Bugles, conch shells, and kettle drums. Tragedy struck as a disembodied voice rang out from the sky. Kamsa, you fool, the 8th child of the woman you are carrying will kill you. Upon hearing this devastating omen from the sky, Kamsa's fear gave way to blind rage, and he threw down the reins and whip. The same hands that he used to serve his sister now became instruments of death, as he grabbed her hair and drew his sword in a flash. Kamsa, what madness has taken hold of you? You are a king in the Bodhi dynasty. Do not disgrace yourself by killing your sister on her wedding day. Remember, death is born with the body. You may die today or after hundreds of years, but death is sure for every living entity. You have nothing to fear from this unseen omen. The danger will be her sons. Her sons! Kamsa, listen, I promise you that when she gives birth, I will hand over all the sons to you, one by one. In due course of time, Devaki gave birth to a son. Any one of these sons of Devaki could be Krishna. Guards! Guards! Arrest Vasudeva and Devaki at once! Fearing for his life, Kamsa had them bound in iron chains. Suspecting any one of the upcoming children to the Vishnu, Kamsa killed them one after another. As night descended, Vasudeva and Devaki wept like caged birds, singing their sorrowful ballad to the cold white moon. But then, suddenly, in that darkest of nights, hope shone brightly with the pure fire of divine authority. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who vanquishes all fear in his devotees, entered the mind of Vasudeva. Bearing the Lord's transcendental effulgence, Vasudeva shone like the sun. Thereafter, the all-auspicious Lord was transferred from the mind of Vasudeva to the mind of Devaki. Due to the presence of Lord Krishna in her womb, Devaki lit up like the eastern sky illuminated by the rising moon. Haunted by thoughts of Lord Krishna, Kamsa saw the moon double. He saw holes in his shadow, felt the cold embrace of ghosts. Devaki glowed with a spiritual effulgence. The Lord within her, like a blazing fire hidden by the walls of an earthen pot. Sensing the imminent appearance of the Lord, the demigods congregated in the clouds above and humbly offered prayers. Thereafter, at the auspicious time for the appearance of the Lord, the entire universe was surcharged with all qualities of goodness, and the beautiful stars twinkled in the cloudless sky. The rivers flowed with clear water, and the lakes were filled with lilies and lotuses. demigods showered flowers in a joyous mood. Then the unborn Lord Krishna, who resides in the heart of everyone, appeared from the heart of Devaki. The lotus-eyed Lord was dressed resplendently and held symbols of his divine majesty in his 4 hands: the club, the lotus, the conch, and the wheel. My dear Devaki and Vasudeva, I know that you are both concerned about my safety. Therefore, I order you to take me to Gokula and replace me with the daughter who has been born of Yasoda. The Lord then transformed himself into a baby. Devaki took the child in her arms and became serene as a lake of spiritual bliss in which a brilliant blue lotus of personified joy had appeared. Instantly, the iron shackles fell away from Vasudeva's arms, and the prison doors swung wide open. Devaki, give me the child. I must take him to Gokula. As Vasudeva carried the divine child out of the jail, all of the guards he encountered fell into a mystic slumber. Outside, the night was wild and the raindrops fell like cold tears of transcendental sorrow. The river, Yamuna, was turbulent, its waves dividing and sliding, splashing and crashing. But as the great Indian Ocean had once given way to Lord Ramachandra, the river Yamuna gave way to Vasudeva, who crossed over into the village of Gokula. Vasudeva reached the house of Nanda Maharaj and saw everyone was fast asleep. Quietly, he placed his own child on the bed of Yasoda and lifted her newborn daughter. Then, as swift as the wind, he returned to the prison house of Kamsa. Back in the jail cell, Vasudeva placed the child on the bed of Devaki, then bound his legs with iron chains as before. Kamsa, King Kamsa, the 8th child has been born to Devaki. Your cruel death is now within the jail cell. Devaki, give me that child. Give me that child now. The governess of the prison of death. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, has taken birth elsewhere. Krishna has been your enemy from the very beginning, and certainly he will kill you. there was cause for celebration. Now hear this. Wonderful tidings do I bring. O residents of Gokula, a son has been born to Nanda Maharaj in Yasoda. Please, everyone come and join in the great festival of Sri Krishna Janmastami. Sri Krishna Janmastami ki jai.
That's the end of Act 1.
We pause for a small talk from Grace Niranjara Prabhu, and then we'll do Act 2, which is Pastimes of Mathura.
So, as I said, there should be some philosophy, but first, now part 2. Don't touch that dial. Maharaj, what demon was that?
Trinavarta.
Oh, Trinavarta. Okay.
They were spinning round.
I thought it was Balloonasura.
5,000 years ago, towards the end of Dwaka Yuga, meanwhile, in Mathura, Kamsa continued his diabolical schemes.
My dear friend Mathura, you are the beloved uncle of Krishna and Balaram. Therefore, I want you to go to Nanda's village. Bring his two sons here. I want to invite them to a little competition. You are the king. Therefore, I must obey. Krishna and Balaram will be brought here soon. It is predicted that they will be the cause of my death. So, build a wrestling arena and bring the most powerful fighters. Position my most mad and violent elephant at the entrance. If the elephant cannot crush them, then my wrestlers will break them in two. Then I, King Kamsa, shall rule the earth. Ha 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 ha! All right, Akura, you can go now. Kamsa, you have made your plans to avoid death very good, but you should know that success and failure are in the hands of supreme destiny. Akura, you are dismissed.
In the morning, Akrura mounted his chariot and set off for the cowherd village of Nanda Maharaj. He felt tremendous devotion for Krishna, and thus he began to consider as follows.
King Kamsa has shown extreme mercy by sending me to see the Lord Krishna.
Thus meditating deeply on Sri Krishna, Akrura reached Gokula. In the cowherd pasture, he saw the footprints of Lord Krishna. In hysterical ecstasy, he jumped down from his chariot and began rolling about in the dust. Then saw Krishna and Balaram in the village of Braj, going to milk the cows. The joy of seeing the Supreme Lord flooded Akrura with ecstasy. Recognizing Akrura, Lord Krishna took his hand and led him inside the house. Balaram offered him a first-class seat and respectfully served him with milk and honey.
Akrura, such an honor to see you. How are you? How is life in Mathura?
That cruel Kamsa murdered the infant children of his own sister. Why should we even ask about your well-being?
Oh, gentle uncle, why have you come? Well, Kamsa wanted me to take you both to Mathura. He has staged a wrestling match with the idea of killing you and Balaram.
Oh, really? Kamsa will be the one to meet Yamaraj.
Krishna, you are leaving?
bring people together in friendship and then you separate them. Oh Krishna, you have captivated our minds with the sweetness of your flute. How can we exist without you? Akrura, if you take away Krishna, then you will be responsible for our death. The separation will be too much for our hearts. Just as your heart's breaking, also my heart's breaking. In Krishna's company, 1,000 nights pass in a moment. But in his absence, each moment is like 1,000 nights.
Traveling swiftly in Akrura's chariot, they arrived in Mathura at the end of the day. Smiling, Krishna took Akrura's hand in his own and spoke as follows.
I'm going to satisfy my family by killing this wicked Kamsa. Farewell, Uncle Akrura.
When Krishna and Balaram entered Mathura with its immense archways and tall gates of gold, they were amazed and pointed at the tall towers and mansions decorated with crystals and sapphires. Flower garlands hung in rows, and ghee-lamps were to be seen in all directions.
Please tell us truthfully.
I am Kuja. I make exotic perfumes for the king.
Please give us some.
Certainly, my lord. You deserve these oils more than the king.
The Lord was pleased with the hunchback and decided to straighten her crooked back. Meanwhile, Kamsa's at the valley making the arrangements for a grand wrestling festival. Kamsa, King Kamsa,
cancer, King Cancer, cancer, cancer. King Cancer, Krishna and his brother entered the city and they killed your strongest elephant.
What? Where are they now?
Right outside. The two lords shone splendidly in the arena and overpowered the minds of all the onlookers.
Krishna, he is our dearest child.
No, he is Cupid, the god of love.
No, he is the personification of death. Call the wrestlers, hailing from Mathura, the serpents of the ring, the walking disasters, the mighty man mountains, Chanura and Mustika!
Krishna, the king runs a battle.
The king wants blood. Are you ready to fight for the king's pleasure?
No, 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 no. Sorry, I cannot allow my sons to participate in this cruel sport. You're coming home right now, young man. Look at how much trouble you are causing.
Stand aside.
I'm here to fulfill a prophecy. I'm Time, the destroyer of worlds. Today will pay for the death of my 6 brothers.
I cannot hear my heart. I can only hear this buzzing in my head. Are all these trees made of gold? I see ghosts riding in a chariot. These bad omens mean that death is near. But not my death. Oh no, not my death.
Release the prisoners.
Krishna, is it really you?
After all this time.
My dear father and mother, you gave us these bodies, and you taught us how to walk and talk. Please forgive us for not serving you.
How can we ever repay you for the sacrifice you made for us? How can anyone repay their parents?
Meanwhile, in Mathura, Kamsa.
Thank you very much. So I just want to introduce the cast, starring Shyam. Come forward. He played Nanda and Vasudev. Sri. I should play Devaki and Chandra. Radha. Lord Krishna. And Radha Gauri. As Balaram. And Agni, the fire god. Randira. And the other two arms of Vishnu. Vishnu Chan! Where is he? Oh, yeah, Mathura and Vishnu and Brahma as well. Janaki. Jai. Janaki. Then Vayu and Lalita. Chandavika. Chandavika played Shiva, Radha, and Puja as well. Raj Prem. Star of the show. Dancing peacock and a guard. Shreya, Mother Durga. Brandon. Oh, it's gone. Anyway, Brandon played one of the wrestlers. Kamura. Niladri. Yeah. Satisfaction Anjani. Anjani? That's what you call her. Mother Yasoda. Also, lots of thanks to Lilavanti for helping out with it. Ministry as well for giving us the props, and yeah, Mark for also helping build props and so on. Jai, Sri Krishna Janmastami Jai.
Oh yeah, you forgot about, I was one of the guards also.
Krishna, just a gigantic thank you to Kali for engaging children in the pastimes. Thanks so much.